So it's Thursday, August 19th. This is going to be an update on the trial situation so far, and more so to document some of what has been happening. So August 16th, Monday, the trial was supposed to begin with Rayo Vallecano B. The training session was supposed to be in the morning, so I show up, get there early, 8:30 a.m. Even before 8:30 a.m. I got there. The training was supposed to start at 9:30. And after waiting there for a long time, the security guard and then also one of the coaches there, the youth coach I think it was, eventually tells me that there's no training with the B team today. I found out that there was a game yesterday, so that would have been Sunday they had a game, and that's why the training on Monday got cancelled. Talked with the showcase staff, they told me they weren't made aware of that, and just to come back and train with the B team tomorrow, which would have been Tuesday. So at that point I was a little bit frustrated, disappointed, because that morning was very difficult. Being injured, not being 100%, not having played in a high level environment for months, and then not having been able to train for the last 3 weeks, to prepare myself mentally for that moment, it took a lot, right? There was a lot of like worry, nervousness, anxiety, all those feelings you get before a trial. And so I had to go through all that just for the training to be canceled. Regardless though, kept a positive attitude, and I told myself, okay, Tuesday morning I'll show up, give it 100%, and we'll go from there. Tuesday morning, I show up, same exact process in the morning, that whole mental phase of, before a trial. I'm sure you guys can relate how that is. I get there early again, and they tell me, what was it on Tuesday? They said something along the lines of they don't really know about me. So they didn't know that I was training with the B team. They asked the B team coach, and he didn't know who I was or that I was even supposed to train there that day. So then they tried to say, like, train with the C team today and then train with the B team tomorrow. For me, I thought about that for a little bit, and I decided to turn it down because, number one, the opportunity was to have a trial with the Rayo Vallecano B team. Number two, as soon as you put yourself into a lower standard environment, everybody considers you as part of that environment. So I didn't want to go train with the C team and be considered at that level, and then go and train with the B team. They wouldn't have taken me as seriously, and also I'm still not 100%, right? So every single session for me, I put myself out on the field. It really counts. So I'm not going to put myself out on the field just to waste time and risk my knee. I turned that down and talked with the showcase staff. Again, they mentioned there was miscommunication from the club, and they mentioned to come back Wednesday morning, which was yesterday morning, to be able to train with the B team. So again, at this point, just the frustration and the disappointment is adding up. For me though, I'm always just trying to keep a positive attitude and making the most of the situation. So that's what I was telling myself. Wednesday morning comes around, show up early morning, and this time I'm like, okay, for sure this time I'll be training with the B team. Already at this point, I'm not feeling that great about everything that's going on, because when you have a trial with a team, it's expected that the team has genuine interest in you. They want you to come train with the team, and then if you play well, they'll likely sign you. How it was looking is they didn't even know about me, and the vibe was that they didn't want me there. So definitely frustrating and sad. So I go there Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday morning, again, get there early, wait for a while. The guy at the gate says, the coach of the B team doesn't know anything about you, so we can't let you in. I wait for a little bit longer. He asks again, same thing, doesn't know anything about you. And then I communicate that to the showcase staff. They try and reach the club. They get the sporting director to come out. Initially, they said to train with the C team again. For me, that was out of the picture. There's no way I was going to do that. They kept talking for a bit, and finally, after an hour or so, they let me in to train with the B team. I go in the facility. basically train with the B team. Now, thing was, the B team has a game today. So yesterday was when I was training with them, so they had a game tomorrow, which was today. Which the day before training is before a game is always like preparation for a game. So it's not a training session where you can really show yourself. It's a training session where they're going over tactics and they're not going as intense. So it makes sense for the coach or any team to not really want a trial player on that day. Regardless, I'm there. I keep that positive attitude. I give it 100%. We started off with doing a little bit of injury prevention and warm-ups. Then we did technical work. We got into a smaller 3v3 possession, and then we got into 11v11 on a smaller space, just working on attacking plays and defensive plays. I was on the field. I'm happy with the performance. I had a couple of nice plays, showed myself where I could. Again, there was not much opportunity. Training session ended, and then the coach came up and said, okay, come back again on Friday. Now, the way everything has been going on, the vibe I was getting is that, okay, these guys, you know, they're here to just train with the B team for a while, just to say that, and then that's it. Talk with the coach. So because that's the vibe I was getting, I was like, okay, I need to do something about this, because if I just show up on Friday, nothing really is going to happen. So I talked with the coach afterwards. I decided to be proactive, and I had printed out my CV the day before. I had a feeling, you know, something along this situation could come about. So I printed out my CV, gave it to him at the end of the session, and realized I need to take things into my own hands to grab his attention. He looked over my CV, and the way I talked with him, it just sparked the interest. It kind of went from like 0% interest to 1%. The main problem is that he said the team's pretty much already finalized, season is starting soon, and also the team for the most part is 99 and up. So I'm a 98. He said it's really difficult to be able to play on the B team if you're a 98. Factors just against me, odds against me at this point. I had that conversation with him, and yeah, he just mentioned there's a game tomorrow, yesterday, so that was today. There's a game, there's no training. And then to come again on Friday. As of now, my plan is to go to the training session on Friday and see what happens there. Give it another session or two if I feel like there's no real opportunity or anything like that, then I'm gonna have to find something else. Again, this is going on for a few minutes now, but I just wanted to document parts of what happened in the last few days. This is not my, opinion on things yet. There's no final conclusions here. I'm trying to keep an open mind, and I do want the experience to come to a close before I reflect back and fully share what's going on. So today's Thursday. There's no training. Using today just to catch up on things and figure out plans moving forward. I'm going to go to the training session tomorrow and see what happens after that. So disappointing situation. Season starting soon. At this point, not too sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm committed to figuring out the process. So regardless of what happens, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep moving forward and find a way to sign that contract. Woke up early this morning, 6:30. Got out, did a run, came back, warmed up the knee, got everything ready to go. Not much of an appetite, part of the process. So I'm just excited to head out on the field, start getting the warm up in with the team, and then get the first training session started. We have a 40-minute metro, and then we'll get to the field at around 8:30. So we got some news. I don't think there's ever bad or good news, it's just news. And the news is that the training session appears to be canceled this morning, which is disappointing just because I spent so much time preparing for this session mentally. and now it looks like it's going to be tomorrow instead. Built up a lot of course, excitement and all that, but at the same time, the stress, that anxiety feeling you get before a trial, and you just want to go out on the field and train, get that first session underway. It's always the first session, so not to be able to do that today, disappointing, frustrating. Solution-oriented mindset. Solution is to come out here tomorrow. Training's gonna be in the morning, it appears 9:30. Come out here and absolutely kill it. So headed back, 40-minute metro ride back. Not looking forward to that. It's Tuesday, August 17th. We're headed back from the Rayo Vallecano training facilities. The last 2 days have been crazy. So yesterday was supposed to be the first training day with the club. We get there early, and then after an hour and a half of waiting outside, they tell us that the training session got canceled. So then they tell us to come back tomorrow, which is today, to train with the B team. We come back today and they say that the coach of the B team didn't expect you, so you can't train today because you're not part of the training plan. Then they're like, okay, train with the C team today, and then you can train with the B team tomorrow. Yeah, it's just, no, like, to be honest, the reason we're filming this is to document what's happening, and I'm trying to summarize it. There's a lot more to it. It's just right now it's a combination of frustration, a bit annoyed. Tomorrow it looks like we're going to be able to train with the B team, but what really is the opportunity? How interested is the coach? Doesn't even know about me. And yeah, just not a great situation at the moment. Trying my best to keep a positive attitude. So we're gonna come out here tomorrow morning. Gonna go out there actually to the training facility, which is a 40-minute metro ride every single morning, and give it 100%, see what happens, see how legit the opportunity is, and go from there. Months of hard work, all leading up to this opportunity. Rayo Vallecano B, huge opportunity. La Liga club, there was going to be the path to work my way up. Hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of hard work leading up to this. Day one, I show up, they don't know who I am, and what a journey it's been in the last week and a half. So it's been a couple days now since the last training session with the club, and it's over. They didn't offer me a contract, and that's that. My agent talked with the sporting director. The sporting director said that two main problems are, one, that I'm a 98 and the team is meant for players born 99 and younger. So there's certain restrictions around that in terms of how many players can play being at a certain age. And then the second thing was that they already have 24 players on the team. So the setup was not there. And I tried to do my best. I'm happy with my performance. I played well. The coach personally told me that he likes me and that I played well every single session. He invited me out for numerous sessions, but after a week and a half, it is officially over. It's not going to be happening with Rayo Vallecano B, and yeah, this late in the preseason, it makes things very difficult. With that being said, I'm happy the experience happened. I learned a lot, and I know that this is part of the process to move on to bigger and better things. As of now, it's going to be extremely difficult to sign a contract this season. but we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep trying and try and make something happen. The main big obstacle right now is the first 4 or 5 divisions in Spain have already started their seasons. The 6th division, which they call Preferente, is starting in about 3 weeks from now, I believe. So there is some opportunity there to start in that division and then work my way up to a higher level. That seems to be the plan. Currently, I'm going to be contacting some clubs. I'm going to network like crazy. Everything I've tried to do before, I'm going to do it to an even higher extent and just try and get a trial, sign with a club, and be able to play every single week to get into the system. That's the most important thing. Right now, just coming off of a lot of it was a very stressful week and a half, a lot of stress, anxiety, frustration, and we're gonna have to move on. So going to keep a positive attitude. We're gonna keep pushing. The plan for the next couple of days is to connect with clubs, connect with coaches, with scouts, with agents, try and get a trial. I'm very confident that I can get myself a trial in the coming days. Going to go out there with a club, perform extremely well, sign a contract, even if it is starting in a lower division, and work my way up to get to the fully professional level, to get to the highest levels of this game. That's the journey. I'm committed to making it happen. And just remember, whenever these moments along your own journey happen, these moments where it feels like you failed, things did not go according to plan, you can either quit, you can either stop, and the story finishes there, or you can keep pushing. You can keep trying, you can keep showing up, and your story continues. How do you want your story to play out? That's what it comes down to. You're in complete control of that. The thing I always remind myself during these difficult times is every time you persist, you have another story to tell. And this story, this journey to pro, is going to continue.